The next song is In Christ Alone by Littrell. The lessons in this song mainly revolves around chord colorings and overtone. The rhythm is very simple for this song, and there's really no change throughout. It is very simple. It's I'll explain. Right. So that's it pretty much throughout. But what makes this song nice is the chord selections actually, and we'll go through it. There's not a lot of chords again, maybe like 5 or 6. There's some weird ones thrown in there, F, but in general they're not a lot. The song is in the key of G and overtoned to the key of A. Let's just go through it from the beginning. In Christ Alone Will I Glory is in the chord is G. Usually I play G suspended 2, and then D. In the beginning I play it lightly, so usually only 2 notes there instead of the full D major. I play it like this as a 5th, and then I inverse it, and then C, C suspended 2, and then another inversion, and then E minor 7. The goal of inverting a lot of these chords is just to try to have all of the chords within the same region, because I don't want to jump back and forth, because that makes the audience, I guess, feels uneasy with just us jumping the chords all over the place. I'll just display the first 2 lines. Christ Alone. Right, very simple. And then for I've been blessed, this is D, normal D, actually D major inverted, G suspended 2, and then by his strength is D on A. This is interesting. So it's D on the 5th, which is the A. So D 1 2 3 4 5 1 1 3 5. So this is the key, the chord of D over A. By his strength alone I overcome. And the same throughout. And then you have A minor, which I play as A minor 7, right? But those trophies could not equal G suspended 2 to the grace. Now this is where an interesting chord is thrown in, is the F. I don't play F major, but I play F major 7 to make it a little sadder, and then go back to D, which is the 5th, and then chorus C. Sometimes after I play C, for this song I like to play a happy version of C, so either completely C major or C suspended 2, especially in the beginning of the chorus in Christ Alone. You don't really want a sad C. You don't want like a dominant C there. You don't want that. You can probably go away with C major 7, but I personally like C suspended 2 or C major. But then before going to the next chord, which is G on B, I like to play a little bit of the major 7. So C major 7, and then G on B. For example, in Christ Alone, right? Because C major 7 is B, D, and G, which is the component of the next chord, which is G, right? So it's very smooth. So there's a little bit of tension there as you play G on the right, which is C major 7 on the C bass. This is C major 7. This is G, right? This is tension. This is release. So in Christ Alone, we start with the release C2, and then we go to C major 7, which which is tension, and then we go to G on B, which is another release. And then you can add another tension there by doing G major 7 on B, and then you go to A minor 7, right? So the complete chord progression will be like, right? And then you play the C major 7, and then G on B, and then A minor 7, and then G dominant 7. All right, so pretty straightforward there. Again, just a lot of chord colorings. Play around with it and find what you like, that you think describe the song best. I want to focus on the transition to final chorus and the overtone. My source of strength, my source of hope is in Christ alone. The chord here is A minor, and I'll just play it real quick. Right, now we are already in the key of A, right? That's the sequence of the progression of the overtone. So how do you do overtone? Usually if you want to do overtone, the simplest way is you use the 4th and the 5th of the next key. So in this case we were in the key of G. If we want to go up to the key of A, then we play the 4th and the 5th of the next key, which is A. So A, the 4th and the 5th of the key of A is D and E, right? So say we are playing a progression in the key of G. So we are currently in the key of G. So if you want to jump to the key of A, then you play the 4th and the 5th of the next key, which is, okay, let me play that again. Now if I say I want to go back to G, then I play the 4th and the 5th of the key of G, which is D, C, and D, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's try it. Okay, go back and forth between G and A. This is now in the key of G, and then we're going to jump to the key of A. And we use this technique a lot. Sometimes we use it to go to chorus or to go to back to verse. We use 4th and 5th sequence, but it doesn't sound too nice actually, because the 4th and the 5th there in the case of A again is D and A, D and E. It really doesn't sound nice, right? It works, but it could be better. So how do you make it better? You make it better by actually playing 4th on 5th and then the 5th. So in this case, instead of playing D and then E, so you play D on E, and then you play E, and then you go to the next key, the next chord, which is A. Okay, let's try. So we are in the key of G. It is smooth, it is nice. Again, instead of 4th and 5th, you play 4th on 5th and then 5th, and then you go back to number 1. That is the most commonly used, the easiest way, I think, if you want to do overtone. In this song, however, it is a little bit tricky, because after we do overtone, we go back to chorus, and the chorus is not the first chord. Okay, the chorus is the 4th chord, meaning we play in the key of G originally, G, and we want to overtone. Then we do the the 4th on 5th and then 5th. Usually we go back to number 1 of the next key, which is A, but in this song we are actually going to the 4th, which is the D. Now if we just use 4th and 5th, it may sound weird. Let me show you. Okay. Now, this is the fourth on fifth here. Now supposedly we are already in the key of A, but the problem is we are playing D chord. We are playing D chord, but then D chord was also in the key of G, right? So it is not pretty obvious. It's not quite obvious that we have already changed key, because the destination chord, in this case D, was also in the key of G, right? So if you play G, there's a D major in the key of G. So when you do the fourth and then fifth and then you go back to D, it doesn't feel like you already changed key up to A. So how do you solve that, right? Yeah, let me just show you again real quick. This is the fourth on fifth. Right? If we do this, it still feel like we're in the key of G, because this chord is within the family of the key of G. So we want to introduce something that is in the key of A but not in the key of G, and that is C sharp. C sharp. So when you go from fourth on fifth and fifth, and then instead of going back to just fourth, you want to play fourth major 7, which is D major 7, which is the introduction of this C sharp here. You don't have C sharp in the key of G, but you do have it in the key of A. So it feels familiar now, as you are already in the key of A. So let's try this with that introduction of C sharp. See, now we feel different, because this chord D major 7 is not in the key, it's not within the key of G, but it is in the key of A. So these are the kind of things that you want to pay attention when you do overtone, especially with tricky songs like this. The notes that you play has to belong to a certain family, so that it's clear that we already changed to the next key. And also, I just like the sound of this. There's sweetness to it. Yeah, I'll just play it again and see if you like, which one do you like, right? Is it obvious? So I'll play the first one without the C sharp, without the major 7th, and the second one with the major 7th. Ya cutlass itu ya, Rene. Okay. So that's without the major 7th, and this is with the major 7th.